Thank you for joining us today on the program Woman to Woman. Good afternoon. I'm Adisu Adorable Sawagie. Today on Woman to Woman, we want to look at the high cost of living. Every woman is complaining. Every woman is whining. Except, of course, if you're one that do not go to the market. Even if you go to the supermarkets, things are the same. A tuber of yam for 1,900 naira or 2,000 cannot feed a family of 3. I say 3. Not to talk of some of us who are EA bundle and all of that. How are we going to cope? So today I bring to you the market survey expert. Yeah, I bring to you a market survey expert. She's been going around markets in Benin City to look at prices, to hear people whine, to hear people complain. Even the men are not smiling. So please join me as I make welcome Oloije Oikohai. How are you doing?
I'm fine, dear adorable. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
You know, funny enough, I had to smile when you said the market woman. You know, market survey.
No, I say market survey expert.
Okay, market survey experts. In any case, yes, I can still liken myself to be a market woman.
Is every woman not a market woman?
Yes, we are. And we have this innate quality in us that, unlike men, they go to the market, but some men shall, some men.
Don't go there.
Some men, I give exception to some men.
I can tell you the names of men for free. Who goes to the markets?
So, exception of some men, they do well too, but as a woman, we have this innate quality in us that when we go to the market, maybe our husband gives us maybe, let's use 5,000 naira, but we know that right now, the way the economy is, 5,000 naira is nothing to go about.
Please say it as it is. Okay. Not 5,000 naira. Even 50K cannot do anything.
It cannot. Okay, funny enough, yesterday, yes. I went for concluding part of my market survey, and there was this woman that I had to call me, say, Madam, come check this bag. What I have here is 30,000 naira. And she had to, she had to bring it out. She brought out fish, brought out tomatoes, brought out some beverages for her children. Yes, for her children. And she said, this is just 30,000 naira. And let me shock you again. Yesterday, my younger sister called me all the way from Port Harcourt, and she was just like, I don't understand where Nigeria is going to. I got a beverage from my son last 2 weeks for 4,500, and today I'm going back and it's for 6,500.
Okay.
So we don't know where we're going to. We don't know what's happening. A lot of persons are, complaining of the fact that it all started when the subsidy on fuel was removed. So we don't know what's happening, because right now no one is actually regulating the prices of food items in the market. And the market women, they will say, now for Nigeria, anything we don't go up, they come down. They say dollar don't come down and nothing come down. Rice, bag of rice now is let's say 70-something thousand naira, 80-something thousand naira. And if you look at the salary of some persons, that is even not enough to even get a bag of rice.
Okay, now let's look at the new minimum wage now in Edo, 40K plus and all of that. What do you think about it? Is it a welcome development? Do you think it's going to make women smile? Because civil servants have not, I don't know if they started collecting that salary, if they added it to their salary already, if they started collecting.
But funny enough,
but market women will tell you that they don't add to salary.
So, funny enough, they know first before we do. They know first before we do, and they say, oh, they've added to your salary, you now receive huge amounts of minimum wage.
I wanted to buy tubers of yam just this yesterday now at Oba Market, and the woman said 1,900 naira, no reduction. That was about, others were just looking like war gecko. They were so tiny, very tiny yams like lizards and war gecko. Please, this one looks a little bit nice.
And funny enough, the yam already, it's not
1,900. The woman says she sells for 2,000. Auntie Adesuwa, because of you. They will just mention your name. Auntie Adesuwa, because of you. I like your program. 1,900. And I bought 2 tubers.
Okay,
now just one could not. I had to use the 2.
Yes. Okay, now you talked about the new minimum wage, 48,000 naira. Now, NLC president has said that will not go, that will not fly.
But women in the market are already using that to tax us people who go to the market?
Yeah, fine. Now, it hasn't been implemented.
It has not, to the best of my knowledge.
It hasn't been implemented. Now, if we're saying market women already are going by that, I think we have to stand in front and say, no, this thing hasn't started. There's no plan yet for it. And also, President is already saying no. According to the hike in price of things in the market and removal of subsidy, we are not accepting this minimum wage you're saying we should go by. It's less than what we are actually going to the markets to get on a daily basis. And funny enough, he used a family of 5 to illustrate and said, no, it's a no-no for them at all, NLC and TUC. Now, going by, you're talking about food items. Why don't you also look at transportation? Transportation also is on the high side. You find where you usually go for 100 naira, and right now you're going for 200 naira.
True, from First to Local is now 700 naira.
Okay, now very soon we'll go to 1,000 naira.
To First or Ring Road is 500 naira.
Very soon we'll go to 1,000. I remember back then we used to go to Auchi for like 500 naira. Then later it's increased to maybe 800, 1,000, 15. Very soon, just intercity will be going for 1,000 naira. Now, if you're standing by and waiting for the bus to come and the public transport to come, and you tell the person, oh, see where I'm going to, it's not far. They say, hey, madam, trek am now. And trek am if you know if you work out. So it's biting in all sectors. We're talking about also medicine. Medicine has also skyrocketed. Now, everyone is spraying, I don't want to force sick, or I don't want to force it because the prices of these medications has increased. So it's all encompassing. So we don't know.
Particularly antibiotics.
We don't know where we don't know where we're going to, and we don't know who we should actually cry to, because things are really going bad.
Maybe you'll be able to tell us who to cry to, because now that you're saying you don't know who to cry to, you're breaking my heart already. Now, look at it this way. We cannot buy food. We are women. Yeah. You and I will work. We support our families in the little way that we can. And a lot of other women out there are supporting their families too in the little way that they can. From your salary, you do transportation, you do feeding, you buy things, you like to deck up yourself and all of that. And you also want to send some to your family. As a woman, do you think this is possible, this is feasible in this dispensation that we are in now? How do you think a woman should cope? Not forgetting the fact that some of us still enjoy your gas money. Your gas money is sweet. Husband money too sweet. Well, you know, you get from your husband, you add a little that you have. Now, what about that woman who is not working? And who does not have that little to add to what Oga gives? Please, and we're experiencing a lot of trouble in homes now because of this reason. Please, I need you to talk to that woman as an expert in this, and also talk to the man on the need to add up. Because add up.
Okay, now first off, let's start with the woman that she has so many responsibilities. Now, being a woman is very, very tasking.
It's hard enough.
Yes, because you have to cater. You cannot find your children or see your children not eating 3 square meals a day.
And eating properly.
Yes, and eating properly. Or maybe there's a particular meal they just saw on the TV, and they'll be like, oh, mommy, we need you to prepare that for us. And you can't start telling them no, or you will not be able to do that for them. Yes. And also, you have your parents looking up to you to say, okay, at the end of the month, so and so amount will be given to me. So what will be there is you need to write out a budget for yourself. You need to write out a budget for yourself and let yourself know that in every month, this is what I will be able to do. Now, we know that our children, maybe there are some particular things they need in a month.
Don't forget that some of us will buy fuel, 850 naira per liter.
Very, very sure, very, very important. Now, that's where budgeting comes in. We need to start, you know, like the way women are when we're going to the market to write our items. So you have to itemize what you will be doing in a month. Or let's start with weekly basis. Okay. Let's start with weekly basis. Okay, we're starting the week on Sunday. This is what I will be doing today. This is what I will be doing tomorrow. And if your kids are old enough, you can also tell them, see, the economy is not the way it used to be. So fine, I will do it for you, but maybe it might not just be this month. Maybe we'll have to put it in our next month budget. So budgeting is key right now. So let me talk to women. Now, if your husband, some men, they don't really tell their wives what they earn at the end of the month. So that is also not good.
So the woman may not know how to
Yes,
ask
how to ask. So as a man out there, we know you want to be secretive, or you don't want your wife to know what you're really earning. Some men, they'll be like, maybe they don't want the wife to start laughing at them or something, but you're in a relationship. You should be able to know what your husband is earning. Your husband needs to know what you as a wife too is earning. In order for you to, there needs to be this synergy. Collaboration matters a lot. There was this place I was now. The woman was like, I cannot pay my children's school fees. And I was now like, why should that be so?
Okay.
Why can't you help your husband, you know? Help your husband in doing some things. And also you, the man, help your wife. Also, there are some men, they'll just lazy around. Not doing anything, not even wanting to be involved in anything. So budgeting matters, and you as a man also, let your wife know what you also receive. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a short break now for Princess Bola Kalame to join us, because she called to say that, she was held up somewhere. Okay, we'll just take a very short break now, and Bola Kalame will join us, and we'll continue with our discussion. It's not easy to be a woman in this present dispensation now. And Oloije talked about writing out a budget for everything that you want to do, every expenses that you want to embark on a weekly basis. Perhaps that will help. We're being joined now by Princess Bola Kalame, who is a businesswoman, a grassroots politician, and also an owner of a business. So, Bola, how is business?
Business is doing great.
I know.
This period is so low.
Okay.
Because of what is going on in the country.
Women are complaining about what is happening. So how do you cope? We market things. Yam, rice, beans, and all of that.
Yeah, a lot of businesses are going down. It's only the necessity ones, the ones thriving right now. Particularly, we'll talk about food. Those are the businesses. Those are businesses that
are thriving
right now. But anything clothing, anything furniture, anything things that are not
those ones
necessity.
Are not important now. They are not.
Things that are not necessity right now.
So how do you feel when you go to the market and come back? Let's say let's say you take like 50K to the market. Let's be prudent now. Let's say you take like 50K to the market. How do you feel when you buy things and when you come back from the market?
Every woman in this country is lamenting. People are lamenting. You know, you take that kind of money to the market and you will not be able to buy things that you can buy before, a lot of things that you can buy before. Now, when you take 50,000, now you now ask yourself, what is 50,000? What is it going to buy? The Gary is in high...
And that's somebody's salary?
Yes. In short, Gary is on high side. Is it meat?
Gary is about 4,500.
A lot of families are not eating meat anymore. Is it meat you're talking about? Is it rice? Everything about food is on high increase. And this effect is mainly on women. Because most often, the husband will give you token of, take this 50,000, thinking that it will
last you for 3 months.
Yes, at the end of the day, when I asked somebody, I think 4 days ago, I said, look, those people, how are they coping? People that have like 4, 5, 7 people at home, buying Gary at high rates. It means that they are not going to eat enough. He said they eat just once in a day. And why I asked this question, this particular person had about 8 children.
Jeez.
So, and I asked that question. He said, it's only once. So, when you eat in the evening, you go and sleep. In the morning, everybody find way. You can imagine that kind of language. You can imagine the kind of suffering people are going through right now. And when we talked about fuel increments, it takes a whole hardship on everybody. You know? Because exporting all this food from the village to the market, the transportation is high. You ask yourself, this Gary we are talking about is on high increase. They make it in Nigeria. They make it in our local villages, even closer by.
I'm beginning to think whether we use dollar to plant and harvest.
Yes, and at the end of the day, we buy it with a huge amount of money. So you ask yourself, they will not tell you it's because of transportation. That is the problem we are facing.
Farmers have attributed the increase in foodstuff to insecurity. Many of them cannot go to farm.
Of course.
Just a few persons that go to farm these days.
Of course.
And the other one is now transportation.
Of course, that is another effect.
Olo,
Okay.
going by your budget again, what do you think every woman should do so that, you know there are plenty of trouble in our home. You understand? A woman the other day saw "I love you" on the husband's phone. Ordinarily, that shouldn't have created that kind of a problem that will result into using weapon against each other to the point of death. It is the frustration. There is frustration everywhere, and women are getting depressed by
Every
the
day.
hour.
Every day.
Not every day now, by the hour, women are getting depressed.
Yeah.
So, Olo, what should a normal woman do to save our mental health, to feed our children properly, and of course to make the home comfortable for the man, and also to make the man understand that women are not smiling, things are hard.
Okay, now, before I talk about that, you know, in the course of the market survey and everything, now we talked about Gary. Now, some persons, they said, the increase in Gary, the farmer will tell you, if I cannot buy rice, you shouldn't be able to, or you also can be able to buy Gary. Because if I'm selling my Gary for 200 naira, just for that model, and you're selling your rice for 400 naira, for instance, I should also increase my own.
But that's not good enough. That's not a pleasant argument.
That is for on your own side.
Yes, it's
in order
not
for me
pleasant.
to be able to buy rice, rice is on the increase, Gary is on the increase. So some persons are of this old notion. Now, talking about budgeting, I think we need to, like some persons would say, cut your
material or your quote according to your material.
So right now, gone are those days especially functions, we should cut down on functions. Not every ashrebi or every occasion you want to go because you just want to please someone. This is not the time for that. Now let's come down to the home front. Budgeting is still the key. You should be able to know what you have in the house at a particular time and know how you should be able to feed your children. Some parents go, or some women go as far as starving themselves for their kids to be able to eat. So in a nutshell, budgeting
that's the ordinary woman now.
Yes,
because I know that there are some that
will
still
not do that.
very, very wasteful.
Yes, very, up till this extent, some persons are still very, very wasteful. They don't know, okay, if you have a family of 5, you should be able to know how many cups of rice will be able to go around. You should be able to know the Gary you're making, that will be able to go around for the family of 5. So in a nutshell, I think budgeting is just the key. You should say, okay, this is what I'm budgeting for this month. And once it's more than that, take it over to the next month and start all over again. So when you itemize these things and say, okay, this is what we're getting for this month, and once it exceeds that, please let there be a full stop on that.
Okay, but let's look at the family members that will always tag along, because some of them don't want to understand that things are not as it used to be.
Yes.
Because I remember vividly somebody calling me to say, Auntie, after the pleasantries, the person knocked the thing down, say, okay, we'll do as we can. And you won't believe it, the person said, Auntie, small. And I was I shocked? No, I was not shocked, because I'm sure that person has been living under the stone, not in this country. Now, let's look at such a person that will always tag along from father's side, from mother's side, from husband's side, and all of that. How do we deal with these kind of persons without hurting them? Because you know how it is now. When the man stops sending money, now you cause him.
Of course.
True.
Now your wife.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
When the man used to sell like 100,000 to his mother and say,
And it has
Mama,
come
things
down.
don't change. You make me change that to 50K.
Yeah.
Now the wife.
Yes.
So how can a woman surmount all of this problem? What can you advise us to do?
First of all, the family member that seems not to understand what is going on in the country should better be doing something. Because with the things going on right now, you'll be forced to understand if you don't want to understand.
Yes.
You only quarrel and shout, and maybe you report to anybody you want to report to. Oh, my brother is not giving me money. My sister is not giving me money. And you know the situation of the country. First of all, the advice I will have to such person is for you to go and do something.
And work.
This is not era of you sitting down at
Lazing
home
around.
asking people for money.
Yeah.
You want to call brother, you want to call sister, you are not doing anything.
And you know the crazy thing, these are the set of people that enjoy.
I'm telling you, you won't imagine what they buy
They are
to
the set of
wear.
people that will buy the latest clothes and latest
because they are
food
picking from
and
different
and
persons.
eat in a fast
you know,
food
doing
joints.
clean and and all of that. So my advice for them is to do something now, because first of all, if your brother is giving you 100,000 before, you understand, just know that now your brother will be giving you 20,000 naira, because the naira
Has been devalued.
devalued. So now we are not spending more. So if you are not understanding, you are late for it, because nobody is going to pamper you anymore. Nobody is going to tell you, oh, my sister, please, you should understand. No, not please anymore, because we are
no more urgent 2K.
yes, yes, because we are now all in this country
But
facing this
there
problem.
are no jobs.
There are no job. They built, do business, do something. Do something. With a little, just do something, because this country is not somewhere, it's not something you just sit at home, first of all, expecting your husband to do all of that. No, even people, you wait for people that are in abroad, they can't even
They are
send
not
more
even
money.
smiling.
They are not smiling.
anymore.
Taxes. A lot of my friends, I will call a lot of my friends when we are chatting or we are calling each other.
see,
They say taxes here is too
pay tax
much.
on everything.
Everything. So
Yeah.
everywhere, it's not easy for anybody. Just know it, that look, the person I'm going to call, he has his
He's
own
also
problem,
facing his own
his own challenges. So
Yeah.
I better just wait or keep it to myself. Let me face this challenge on my own. So that is it.
Okay, women that are fighting their husbands because of chop money, what do we do? What do we
Those
do?
women-
There are some women who work.
They still do it now.
There are some women who work but
Yes.
would not want to spend their money.
money.
It's like saying my money is my money.
Yeah.
Our husband, my husband's money is our money.
Yes.
I think it
I may
boils
talk to such a woman, because I'm
Those
looking for such a woman. I want to bite somebody's ear.
Those women should temper justice with mercy.
Oto.
This period,
Yeah.
they
They
should
should.
mellow down.
Okay.
They should accept whatever their husband is giving to them.
They should
They
bring
should
their own money
understand that
out.
the things in this
Sure.
country is getting out of hand.
Abi, they should
And
bring their own money. I'll break
Of
your
course.
safe.
Safe and all
you,
of
you
that.
See, listen, I was reading an article why men die faster than women. Why men don't age as much
Yes.
as women.
Thinking.
They do quite a lot. I salute all the fathers, all the husbands that are doing
that are
Well,
doing
their
their
best
job.
possible to make sure that their families
families
are
are doing
happy.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, and then electricity bill on demand,
Yeah.
water bill on demand,
Everything.
sanitation bill on demand, school fees on demand, so many things on demand. And I remembered a lady I once had on my program who will buy a cube of seasoning cube, and then she has a notebook. She will date it like 21st May 2024, time 4 p.m. But I saw the notes and I was shocked. But sachet of salt 150. Then she will
And
now
sum
write
it up.
not she will now write
Not
waiting for payment. As soon as the husband comes in, she shows in the paper, yeah, give me my money. You know, I'm just wondering if that woman said does that.
It
So
boils down to understanding, working together. Because funny enough, when you took your vows, you say two shall become
Come
one.
one.
Yes.
So I think that is just the bottom line. Just
Yes, understanding.
understanding, working together.
okay, so as we round up now, ladies, what's your advice?
Working together, doing things together as a couple,
Okay.
and getting the family united. Let your children know what's happening, and also let your family members
Know what's happening.
They obviously know, but you need to reiterate it and tell them this is how it is right now.
not be like
and
as
it's
before.
not business as usual.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bola, you agree?
Understanding.
Okay.
And the woman should be doing something. Because when you are doing something, if you are bringing 10 naira and your husband is bringing 2 naira, put
Yeah.
it together. When you go to the market, you can buy something tangible.
Meaningful.
Okay.
Yeah.
God bless you, ladies, for finding time to be with us on the program. Cupid, I say Cupid now. Hell, woman to woman. I'm so touched now by what is going on. A lot of families are fighting. They are fighting just because of chop money, and some women don't want to bring out their own monies to add up to what the husband is giving. If you're such a woman, know it today that things have changed. It's not business as usual. Madam, bring out your money. Untie that your wrapper, that your oza, that your buluku. Break that safe so that your husband will live longer. Okay? And I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.